It seems almost alive. This must be what the headmaster's protecting us from. Whatever it is. I don't want to wake it up. The Morning Bell newspaper.
Fellow citizens, it is morning in Metamorphosis. Bells are sounding, awakening us to a new dawn, a new era. For this reason, we must approach the day with fresh blood, bold thinking, and a return to the unbridled optimism for which we are now famous the world over. Our nation's paper of record, the Evening Standard, served us well in our early years. But lately it cries out for recalibration, rebranding. We have decided on a new name. And with that new name comes a new face. I think you'll agree there is nothing standard about the woman standing next to me. And so without further ado, please welcome our new editor-in-chief of the Morning Bell, the exquisite Matilda Sade.
Thank you, Headmaster. And please, call me Matty.
No more toothless headlines about board meetings and strategy seminars. Find me something that won't put our readers to sleep. Go on, get out there. A good story doesn't just waltz through the office door and into the headlines. Now, I have a tough obit to write tonight, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to crawl inside a bottle for a few hours.
Hello, Morning Bell staff. This is Quinn Derringer. Security Mandate 714 requires the installation of a confinement room in your offices. The PRISRAC need to expand their footprint in Terminus prior to the arrival. Pardon our progress this week as we take a few measurements and knock down a few walls. Please consider this a friendly merger and not a hostile takeover.
Weep says this is where they print the headmaster's lies. Do you think we'll find a keycard around here?
Check in.
Good idea. We can recharge here. Zero here.
Certain PRISRAC in this area of the facility arm themselves with gas grenades. The effect will knock its target unconscious. Sweet dreams.
This new has lost radio communications. Come back anytime.
Zager bomb. Terrorists almost certainly planted explosives inside Metamorphosis. That's a bloody good headline. Too bad we'll never use it. If you tell someone there's a monster under their bed, they'll check for it every night before they fall asleep. But if you tell someone there's a bomb in their wall, they'll rip the whole house apart looking for it. We're not in the business of printing the truth. We're in the business of suppressing a national panic attack. Take these printed copies up to the librarian. Let him line the bottom of his bird cage with them.
No sign of the girl.
Going into Micah's pockets. Got it.
What's that? I'm pursuing the subject. Get that threat level up.
I'll take this.
Threat level is returning to normal.
see what he's carrying. Nice. I'll hold on to this. All right. Good thinking. I hope they can't see me here.
dodgy back-alley journalism school you purchased your press credentials from, Parker. But you must have caught ill the day they explained how a newspaper layout should look, if they ever explained it at all. This collage you left on my desk looks like it was slapped together by a blind child. You left no room for inserts, adverts, ears, or bleed. You know the problem with you, Parker? You're so caught up with the substance, you forget that above all, it needs to look pretty!
A screwdriver. They should come in.
Apparently Zager's death video has disappeared. This coming from my source in the Prisrack. More likely they just didn't care for the ending, so they're doing reshoots. As you know, in this day and age, nothing's ever truly gone. Track down the unedited version. I would love to compare it to Herr Director's cut.
Handy. An old Zager cassette. Heading to the vent. There goes another good screwdriver. A Zager room. Ugh. It really smells in here. I'm surprised the morning bill staff never noticed.
A subject near to Zager's heart. He wrote about this very issue in the Poisoned Manifesto. As with everything, Zager saw it as a government cover-up in need of undressing. Zager kept lists like this one, to determine where citizens in Metamorphosis stood in case a revolution broke out. I guess I should be relieved he put me on the good side. That would be Derringer's personal office chair. When it went missing, Derringer immediately blamed me. I guess we can close the book on that mystery now. However, the mystery of how Zager got it through the vent remains unsolved.
One of the Prizrek's tasers.
You can always find a crime. That's their motto. That's their mantra. They tattoo it to the inside of their eyelids. You can always find a crime, and it's true. You can find almost anything if you look hard enough. But you know, the one thing you'll never find, no matter how long you search for it, is the end of a good conspiracy. Just when you think you caught the beast by the tail, you round a corner and discover it just keeps going. It's never ending. It's all tail. And while you're gunning further and further down the rabbit hole, they're watching you. They're waiting for you to slip up, forget to rewind, run a red light, or play your T-Rex bootleg too loud after 10 p.m., which you only did because your ex-wife won't shut up about you not having a square job like all her friends' husbands with their starch white collars and their paisley ties. Carol! But my point is this. You think you're onto them. You try to track them, follow them, find out their dirty little business. And that's just an open invitation for them to find out about yours. So what am I saying? What am I saying? Am I saying you shouldn't pay attention? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, be smart. When you tail a suspect, you don't follow too close. If the winds change, they smell you coming up behind them. I'm telling you, you gotta be smart if you want to unravel a good conspiracy. So rule number 1, don't ask questions, at least not out loud or to anyone that's alive. Rule number 2, pretend you don't give a shit. See them dump a body in the marsh? Act like it's no big thing. And rule number 3, rules 1 and 2. If you don't ask questions, you'll never learn the truth. And if you look the other way when bad happens, then just get away with it. Best thing you can do is to make a scene. Make a mess of things, look like a screw-up. Once they've written you off as a joke, go be smart. You can't break a few eggs without making an omelet.